First, I want to bring up a cancer update I could have brought up a couple of weeks ago, but didn't get around to it. But anyway, here's the update. The update is a new chemo pump, and as you can see, it's different from the last one, and I guess basically they're the same. But the big difference is that this one doesn't take batteries, but instead it runs on a charger. So that means that when I go to bed, I have to plug in the charger, and when I'm awake and stuff, I can walk around without it, without the charger, that is. And as before, I get these chemo treatments once every 2 weeks, and over a period of 3 days usually. So by tomorrow, this stuff will be off. Also, another thing I want to bring up is my last video about biological determinism was, at least in my view, a bit too short. I missed some topics I should have brought up in that area. So with that being the case, I'm probably going to do another video on that particular subject. Now the main issue, is that I've never had a girlfriend. I did come close a couple of times, but it's never happened to me, not even once. I suspect that my nonconformist, nerdy mentality might have something to do with that, or it could be something else. I'm going to say that's the main thing. And even though I understand that the whole girlfriend thing has its problems, I still want to have a girlfriend, even though I know that it has problems, like I said before. And I'm blaming this on what Jacques Fresco often says, that in this case I'm a victim of culture. I'm living in a culture where you have to have a girlfriend. All guys have to have girlfriends or some such thing. Even though I know I don't need a girlfriend, but I want one anyway. But another reason why I don't have a girlfriend is because I'm not looking. And the problem with looking is this rejection mess. Yeah, rejection. I think the main reason why I hate rejection is because it's an unequal situation. So it's like, as things stand now, I have to ask a woman out, and more often than not, she's going to say no. That's an example of the power imbalance between men and women. At least that's one way to look at it. Because in my mind, there are few things more powerful than the right to say no. In fact, I dare say that the right to say no is the most powerful force in the universe. It's mainly because you can prevent people from doing things. I mean, I understand that in some cases, some people don't take no for an answer, but that's beside the point, because in the vast majority of cases, people do take no for an answer. And when you take no for an answer, you're prevented from doing things. It's like the person who says no has all the power, you have none. And that's why I'm not asking women out, because more often than not, they're going to say no, and I'm going to be in a position of weakness in an unequal relationship, so to speak. And I would like to have an equal relationship with a woman from the start, at least. But if I can't have an equal relationship with a woman, I don't want a woman. For real. Now, on a related note, a lot of MGTOWs, if you don't know what that means, it refers to men going their own way, who are usually men who don't deal with relationships with women. MGTOWs often say that all women are alike, or all women are evil, manipulative, and all this other stuff. According to my experience, that's not true. I mean, I've heard that women tend to conform more than men, but even if that's the case, I've experienced, in my experience, to be more precise, I've dealt with women who are not all alike. I've noticed that women are not all alike in my experience. Yep, I've really experienced that. But when you think about it, I could get a girlfriend just like that, if I conformed. And I don't want to do that because, as I've often said before, conformity, in my mind, would interfere with my creativity, and I want to be creative at all times. So it's, at least as far as I'm concerned, It's better for me not to have a girlfriend if it means I'm going to remain creative, even though I still want one. And with that being the case, I like to say that there's no reason why I can't be creative and have a girlfriend at the same time, but unfortunately, as things stand now, as things are in this so-called society, that might not be possible. Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to look at these notes. Okay. Yeah. I'm going back to what I just said, or something related to what I just said, is that let's just say that as I've said before, I want a girlfriend, even though I know I don't really need one, and that there might be problems with it. But if we're going to talk about this particular subject, I'd like to note that if I have a girlfriend, I would like her to be as nerdy and nonconformist and science maniac, if that's a word, as I am. Yep. If that were the case, then I wouldn't have to be talking about this particular subject, among other things. Also, if this were a resource-based economy, I probably wouldn't be having this no girlfriend problem either, because in RBE, the culture is very science-oriented, and with that being the case, it's a very good chance I'll run into a science-minded girlfriend and so forth, that sort of thing. And even if I'm not able to find a science-minded girlfriend where I live, I can just travel the world and find one somewhere else. And since transportation is 100% free in an RV, I can go wherever the frack I want, anytime, every time. But then again, as I said somewhere before, having a girlfriend is not necessarily a good thing, but at the same time, I still want one. And one advantage I could say about not having a girlfriend is no sex, and I tend to be celibate anyway. It remains celibate anyway, and celibacy does have its benefits, like no kids and no child support and whatnot. But then again, there might be some possible benefits in the coming future regarding finding a girlfriend. Like, what if I could, I don't know, maybe build or purchase an Android girlfriend? Yeah, that sort of thing. Decades from now, whatnot. If that's the case, I definitely would take that option. If that option were available now, I'd definitely take it too. Okay, I think I'm going to stop right here. My notes ran out anyway, so see you later. Ralph Nader.